Morris recently opened up about whether or not she regrets her feud with Brittany Aldean from a couple years ago. It was back in August of 2022 when Brittany Aldean uploaded this post. Seems harmless. It garnered over 212,000 likes. And she added the caption, "I'd really like to thank my parents for not changing my gender when I went through my tomboy phase. I love this girly life." And her husband Jason had a hilarious response in the comments. He said, "LMAO, I'm glad they didn't too, because you and I wouldn't have worked out." At the time, it seemed like just an ordinary post from Brittany, sharing her thoughts as she did her makeup. But just a few days later, all hell broke loose on social media. It was about 3 days later when singer Cassidy Pope called out Brittany on Twitter. She wrote, "You'd think celebs with beauty brands would see the positives in including LGBTQ+ people in their messaging, but instead, here we are. Hearing someone compare their tomboy phase to someone wanting to transition. Real nice." And then, a short time later, Maren Morris would leave a comment below that post. She wrote, "It's so easy to not be a scumbag human. Sell your clip-ins and zip it, Insurrection Barbie." Clearly also in response to Brittany Aldean. A short time later, Brittany would make light of her comment, selling a t-shirt that said Insurrection Barbie. In a separate comment, Maren Morris said, "I'm glad she didn't become a boy either, because we really don't need another asshole dude in the world. Sucks when Karens try to hide their homophobia or transphobia behind their protectiveness of the children. Weren't they putting kids in Biden is a shirts on social media? Sounds like a real safe way to protect them from millions of eyes. F all the way off to Insurrection Barbie and the fellow IBs trolling this comment section with their hypocritical, hateful asses." And Brittany opened up in a new interview on the Try That in a Small Town podcast last month about the rift with Maren Morris. Brittany says that Maren and her friend group simply have it out for her in Nashville. She said, "She's got a group of friends here in Nashville that they just have it out for me for whatever reason." Which, to be so pro-woman and all the bullshit you're not, because I've never said a word to you and you come for me. Why? Because I'm an easy target? Because I'm a wife and I don't have a stage as a platform? But I have social media? For some reason I offend them. She started to make fun of my business, which at the time was hair extensions. But to me, it's like, once again, going back to the feminist movement, aren't you supposed to be all peace, love, and inclusivity and all the things? Why are you coming for me like that about my business? It was sometime after this feud that Maren Morris announced that she would be leaving country music, though she would continue her music career. She spoke on the Popcast episode back on October 4th. She said, "I love living in Nashville. I have my family. There's a reason why people come there from LA and New York to write with us. It's because we have amazing songwriters there. That's not going to change." She said, "I couldn't do this circus anymore. Feeling like I have to absorb and explain people's bad behaviors and laugh it off. I just couldn't do that after 2020 particularly. I've changed. A lot of things changed about me that year." In a separate interview with the LA Times, Maren said, "The stories going on within country music right now, I've tried to avoid a lot of it at all costs. I feel very, very distanced from it. I had to take a step back. The way I grew up was so wrapped in country music, and the way I write songs is very lyrically structured in the Nashville way of doing things. But I think I needed to purposely focus on making good music and not so much on how we'll market it. A lot of the drama within the community. I've chosen to step outside of it." And now in a new episode of Cosmopolitan's Cheap Shot, Maren Morris was asked whether or not she had any tweets that she regretted. She alluded to her response to Brittany Aldean, writing, "I don't really have tweets that I've regretted. I will say, I didn't think my Insurrection Barbie tweet to a certain someone would have picked up so much momentum, but I stand by it." What do you think? Let us know in the comments. And if you're new here, subscribe to CountryCast for the latest news and updates.